So we know that Sneed is a very good cornerback. And we know that he's did a lot for us this year. He's came up big many a times. He's made a lot of good plays. I mean, he saved us in the playoffs against the Ravens. And we definitely got to appreciate him for what he did this season. Now, it's been a lot of controversy surrounding his name and how he's a potential tag and trade candidate. And I don't know. His franchise tag is $19 million. I don't see Veach doing that. Veach doesn't extend DBs. I think Sneed will be traded at the right price. And it's definitely teams in the market for him like the Falcons, the Lions, the Dolphins, and the Cardinals. So it's teams like that will take Sneed. I would love the Lions first round pick. I would love the Cardinals second round pick. They got 36. So that's definitely not that bad at all. And if he does get traded, I mean, it is what it is. When my title says the Chiefs have already replaced him, it's because we already have a very good DB room, and it has a lot of depth. You got Nazir Johnson, you got Trent McDuffie, you got Nick Jones, you got Jalen Watson, who's been very good when he gets the chance. You got Joshua Williams, you got Jamari Connor. So Veach has been building his DB room so he could prepare for things like this. Sneed wanted a lot of money. Are we really in a situation where we could afford to pay Sneed? I mean, it was just the wrong timing. You know, we got dudes like Bolton next year, dudes like Creed and all that. That's going to have to get paid. Trey Smith. So we're going to have to make decisions on them dudes. So Sneed getting paid this year, I don't know. The chances are very slim. I mean, Chris Jones, we placed the tag on Sneed. So he just has to either get traded or we keep him. Now, Chris Jones, he is somebody that you can't replace. We have to pay him. We have to re-sign him. And we have to make sure he comes back to the Kansas City Chiefs because he changes that whole D-line. He's the reason why Carl Laftis had that breakout year. Chris Jones is the face of this defense, and you don't want to let a guy like him go because he's irreplaceable and he's a once-in-a-blue-moon generational talent. A lot of people saying, oh, McDuffie's a slot cornerback, he's a nickel, he would never move to the outside. You gotta be out your goddamn mind, man. You have to be out of your goddamn mind if you think Trent McDuffie can't move to the outside. I get it. Sneed had a breakout season and he's turned himself into a top cornerback in the NFL. But y'all forget, before this season, Sneed was playing nickel most of the time too, man. And he ended up developing to the outside. And now look how good of a player he is. So McDuffie could do the same thing. Jalen Watson, he's always been on the outside, so I do think he could hold his own against certain certain wide receivers. Jay Will not been that bad. He's had his moments where he locked dudes up. So this DB room is cool, man. If we lose Sneed, it's not the end of the world. We definitely don't want to lose Chris Jones. And if we do lose Sneed, it got to be a good trade. You want to get a good package for a very talented cornerback like him. And yeah, man. Like I said, with dudes that's as good as Trent McDuffie, I feel like we shouldn't force Sneed to stay, man. I don't see us doing the tag, so it's either we extend him or we trade him. And based on Veach tendencies, I do think Sneed will be traded. And we don't even have enough picks in the draft this year. We have 6 picks, so I know Veach is gonna want some more picks. Now if we do trade Sneed, we definitely gotta get some capital so we can use it in the draft. This is my route when it comes to the offense. I want us to draft 2 wide receivers. This is how I want us to do it. Either we sign a vet in free agency and then draft 1 wide receiver, or we draft 2 wide receivers in the draft. Or we could sign a vet, then draft a wide receiver in the first round and draft a late wide receiver in the last rounds, just to take that MVS Sky Moore role, Tony role. Malik Washington doesn't look too bad. Malachi Corley doesn't look too bad for the late round guys. When it comes to the early round guys, you got Worthy with his blazing speed. Troy Franklin, who's very good. Brian Thomas Jr., who's going to be a stud. Lad McConkey. Leggett, I'm not too high on Xavier Leggett, but I do think he has a lot of potential. But I kind of want a dude that's already proven. Even though none of these rookies are proven, I want somebody that's already good in college, very, very good in a good division. But McDuffie, man, back to McDuffie. He's straps. He's straps. Y'all gotta remember, he's the all-pro cornerback. Trent McDuffie is an all-pro cornerback. And he's been locking dudes up all season. He's been seeing Sneed lock up dudes all season. This cornerback duo has been very, very good. I wanted us to keep them together, but if we got to let go of Sneed, it's 100% fine. I forgot, another person we have in the DB room is Kelvin Joseph. I think he had a good season at one point. Let's see if Spags could turn him into a very good cornerback. He's very athletic, so that's a good start. But the defense is going to take a hit either way. Unless Chris Jones, if we don't re-sign Chris Jones, the defense is going to take a huge hit. It's just how it is. You don't understand what Chris Jones does, man. He really disrupts a lot of offenses that we go against. And if we don't re-sign him, there's not going to be no rookie in the draft that could even replace Chris Jones. Not at all. There's no rookie in the draft that could replace Chris Jones. So if we do lose him, we got to definitely capitalize and get a lot of offense at least, so we have the top offense again. Mahomes can have them MVP seasons. And then I don't want it to be like this, but if we have to go back to having a mediocre defense, man, it's just going to have to happen. Because I don't know if the Chiefs release Chris Jones. I don't want them to. I don't want them to let him go. I don't want them to just let him walk. I think that we have to re-sign Chris Jones no matter what. That's important. That should be the number one priority over Sneed. Sneed could get traded. He's a cornerback. He's replaceable. Veach is very, very good at finding DBs. We're not worried about that. But we can't say the same for finding DTs. Chris Jones was a Dorsey pick, and we haven't seen Brett Veach hit on a DT yet. So, I don't know, man. What I do know is this is going to be a very interesting, fun offseason for the Kansas City Chiefs. I just can't wait to see what the future holds for this team, man. I just want to see what's going to happen. Are we going to go offense? What are we going to do? Who are we going to draft? What free agents are we going to sign? Because Veach is always getting busy in free agency. So it's going to be somebody coming to the Chiefs. I'm smelling Ridley. I'm smelling Darnell Mooney. I'm smelling Mike Evans. One of them dudes to come to the Chiefs. That's if Veach want to go the free agent route and then still draft a wide receiver in the draft. Because if you get a dude like Mooney, Gabe Davis, Evans, Ridley, one of them dudes, and then you draft a guy like Worthy or Troy Franklin or Brian Thomas, that's a cool little squad, especially the pair with Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce. I mean, this team could be deadly. This offense could be deadly, and we could still have a solid defense at the same time. Not maybe the defense from last year, but we still have a very good defense to go with the deadly offense that we're about to be building. It's a good future for the Kansas City Chiefs. The 3-peat's on the way, and it's Chiefs priority. And I'm out, man. Peace.